Welcome back to Have I Got a Story for You, a podcast series from PJ Library. In our newest installment, we are sharing great stories from the Torah, Jewish texts, and other journeys. Enjoy child-friendly adaptations of important Jewish stories, all read by our calming narrators. Subscribe to all of our shows on your favorite podcast platform by searching PJ Library. Today's story, Moses and the Burning Bush, comes from the book of Exodus, which is the second book of the Torah. It was a clear afternoon when a man named Moses took his sheep out to graze in a land called Midian. "Come," he told the fluffy sheep. "I know where to find tall, tasty grass for you to eat and a cool stream for you to drink." Moses smiled, enjoying this calm, quiet day as he led the animals into the wilderness to eat and rest. But just then, a bright orange light caught his eye. It was a fire, a burning bush. And then, the bush seemed to speak. "Moses, Moses," it said. Moses gasped. "Here I am," he answered. "Do not come closer," said the voice. "Remove your sandals, for you are on holy ground." Moses took off his shoes, wondering whose voice this could be. And then the voice told him, "I am the God of your father, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob." Moses hid his eyes with quivering hands. He was standing in front of God. "I have heard the cries of the Jewish people," God said. "I have seen how the Egyptians make them work and slave. I am sending you, Moses, to free my people, the Jews." Moses could hardly believe his ears. Why would God choose me? He wondered. Yet, deep down, Moses knew he was different from other shepherds. For when he was a baby, Moses had been found floating in a basket down the Nile River. The woman who found him was a daughter of Pharaoh, Egypt's king, and she'd raised him in Pharaoh's palace. As Moses grew up, he heard that Pharaoh made the Jewish people work as slaves. But the first time he saw an Egyptian slave owner hurt a slave, Moses' face felt hot, and his hands became fists. How could Pharaoh let this happen? Wanting to stop the slave owner, he'd hit him. Moses knew Pharaoh could kill him for what he'd done, so he'd run away to hide in the land of Midian. There, Moses had become a shepherd. No one in Midian, Moses thought, knew how he felt about Pharaoh and the slave owners back in Egypt. But God knew, and now God wanted Moses to return to Egypt to free all the Jewish slaves. There was one more special thing about Moses. When Moses was born, Pharaoh had ordered that every Jewish baby boy in the kingdom should be killed. That is why Moses' birth mother had put Moses in a basket and floated him down the river, to be found by Pharaoh's daughter, who would save his life. You see, secretly, Moses was a Jew. God now told Moses that he would be by his side, helping him. Moses was afraid, but he trusted God. So he took a deep breath and started the long journey back to Egypt to tell Pharaoh, "Let my people go." And that is how Moses the shepherd took his first steps toward becoming the great man Moses, a leader who would one day release the Jewish people from slavery so they could enter into the land of Israel. This episode was written by Jamie Kafil Alshay, narrated by Percy Blythe, and produced by Ali Thresher for PJ Library. Our music is licensed through Epidemic Sound, with special thanks to Danny Paller. For more free Passover resources, visit pjlibrary.org/Passover.